On March 29th, 2025, we have the solar eclipse at 9 degrees Aries. We have the new moon in Aries at 11:58 a.m. This is the second of 4 eclipses this year. This is the solar eclipse. As mentioned, the solar eclipse, this is preliminary. The last solar eclipse, or rather the eclipse season, ends at this moment with it. And in 6 months, then again at the end of the year, towards autumn, we have the next season. My dear ones, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Jessica's Intuition, in case you're watching for the first time. I read the cards for you. I make astrological predictions for the respective months, or also for the moon cycles. And when we have certain planets that change signs. You get astrological predictions from me and card readings here. Yes, what can I say? A new chapter will open. A big, tremendous change is coming our way. We will make plans. We can ignite something new. Big changes, big new beginnings, restart energies, fire energies, active energies, strong willpower. Now with this season, a new cycle begins. Let's put it that way. Eclipses always bring cosmic twists in our lives. Fate intervenes. These are usually turbulent times also that we experience there. And in the sign of Aries as a solar eclipse, it's about a new beginning, a fresh start where we boldly step forward. A chapter or a completely new chapter. We want to open, and this eclipse is our last eclipse in the sign of Aries. So it's also a conclusion of the last 2 years, how much we have grown and where we are now ready. Yes? We feel ready to move forward for a long time. And this is something that is initiated with this eclipse. So now, and in the coming 6 months, certain themes in your life can unfold. Certain themes in your life can unfold. Here in this video, it's about the prediction for you. How it can become visible in your life. Do you like my interpretation? Do you enjoy my predictions, my card readings? Do you want to know what else is coming your way in 2025? So not just this eclipse, but perhaps also the other eclipses. Then in the heart, there is already a yearly forecast for the year 2025 for all zodiac signs on my website. I have now reduced the price from 29.99 to 9.99 euros. And the personal yearly forecast for the year 2025 reduced from 199.99 to 150 euros. Simply because we are currently in a very exciting time, perhaps also a challenging time. And then, yes, big new chapters are opening this year so that you also have certain outlooks, yes. So also that you have a certain perspective. What else can come your way in the year 2025? If you're interested, this is about the forecast just for this individual eclipse, the new moon in Aries, which we are expecting on the 29th of March. You can listen to the forecast for sun, moon, ascendant, and no. If you know where you have 8, 9, 10 degrees Aries in your own horoscope, have them. You can, of course, also listen to these suitable forecasts for yourself and see how they resonate with you. So, my dear ones, I wish you lots of fun with this video and much success with this eclipse. You always have a link from me in the info box below where you can find your birth horoscope calculated, where you can have your horoscope calculated. You can also check there. It is calculated with houses and degrees. As I said, where it is listed again, I would look at these. Afterwards, I will first make an astrological forecast, then I will lay out the cards, sit back and relax, grab something to drink, maybe even something to eat. The video will be a bit longer. It's important that everything doesn't necessarily have to happen on that day. Is it an energy that is already present? It is an energy that will flow for up to 6 months, so until autumn, until the next eclipse. If it even stores for a longer period, save the video, watch it again later. And yes, as I said, this is not a short-term trend here. It can happen on that day, but it doesn't have to. There will definitely be major endings. Completions, perhaps also highlights in your life. but also very clear realizations of what simply no longer works. We still have the retrogrades, but I'll get to that in a moment. Eclipses are always trigger moments. What is being revealed to you? There may be delays. Yes, just stay open and flexible. That's very, very important. Who feels now there's a flight passing by? Who feels this eclipse the most Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or also personal planets? If you have personal planets, these are Mercury, Venus, or Mars. Planets, exactly. If you have them positioned there, then you will feel it the most. Between 8 and 10 degrees, the houses always represent our life areas, and the planets always represent the themes. As I said, you always have to look at which life area you are considering, which theme you are considering, and so a complete picture emerges for you. Yes, the fire signs will, so it's not just Aries, it's like Leo and Sagittarius degrees will perceive it more harmoniously as well. It will be quite relaxed for them, I would say. Now, this solar eclipse, the earth signs and water signs, it could feel very challenging. These are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, or Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the air signs definitely benefit from it as well. They will perceive it differently, be able to handle it more easily. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Yes, it can indeed be that one or the other wants, or we want to ignite a fire. However, the process does not go that quickly. It's a bit like we're being slowed down. Let's keep that in mind. As I said, I'll come back to the topic of retrogrades. So it will not progress that quickly. So as I said, we want to ignite a fire, but it is a process that we are just beginning, which does not go so quickly, but rather due to the retrogrades, I would say, especially at the end of April, it will bring more clarity. Eclipses can demand big decisions from us, and perhaps even initiate them. Or still, there is something you do not yet have or do not yet see. You do not yet have all the information with these retrogrades. So we currently have Venus and Mars still in retrograde. Mars is still retrograde until the 7th of April. Venus is still retrograde until the 13th of April. Feel free to watch the Venus video. I still have it on my website, on my channel. You can watch it. I also made a detailed video about it. So with these retrogrades, it's also about the fact that we should still wait. So I say it again until mid, if not even until the end of April. Here a new year, before we can initiate something new, before we can start something new, or you want to start this eclipse, we have it at 9 degrees. 9 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. It always goes from 1 to 12. 1 is Aries degree, and then 9 is Sagittarius. Is that 12? Is the 9th sign. As I said, 9 is a Sagittarius degree. And it's always about optimism. It's about the big picture of things. Yes, you have to always find the meaning of things, so to speak. And also, always like, it has to be something good. It somehow has to be good. So that I, let's say, look further ahead. And thus also move forward, because we want to look optimistically into the future. Yes, because we want to face the future optimistically. We all want to move forward. We all want to know what the future holds for us. But let's get straight to the topic that we will take a retrospective look again into the past. That naturally brings here. With the new degree, it also brings new possibilities. It brings growth, opportunities, and also we also see this now with this eclipse. This is something, especially with this new degree, that we need to consider what we believe in. What are our convictions? How do they naturally, or how do we shape them? This is naturally also about the topic of world events. This can indeed mean for some events that may come your way, but also, yes, from your inner self that you should see with your mind's eye. It is nothing that we can currently explain with logical reasoning. Let me put it this way. Some things cannot be explained. Of course not. Spirituality also plays a role in this. And we just had the fish season. As I said, Neptune is currently still in Pisces. Saturn is still in Pisces. We still have quite a lot of Pisces energy in the field right now. Let me put it this way. Also, the moon, we still have that too. And yes, Venus will also, and Mercury back to Pisces. So it will indeed be such that we cannot explain what is coming now. So many things are currently inexplicable for us and the human mind. And I believe we notice that we are all becoming increasingly open to this other invisible world. Yes. I also have the feeling we understand that there are energies that also have an influence on us. We have access to other energies. Many of us are beginning to perhaps also to become clairvoyant ourselves, to become clairsentient. Things to predict, right? To be able to predict or to be able to see. Things we cannot rationally explain why they are the way they are. So we all have this heightened intuition, and that is very clear to me. Mars also in Cancer. Also the ruling planet of Aries. I would say the energy, this eclipse, so it is something where we look. Let me start differently. When I can see in my mind's eye, then it is also something that I can reflect in my real world. When we understand something, do we understand it with the mind? Or is it, as I said, our mind's eye? It is something that is incredibly amazing. And who wouldn't want to look into the crystal ball, I would say, and thus also perhaps influence their future a little? I always say you can change your own destiny. Why shouldn't we be able to look inside? Why shouldn't we be able to change it? If we feel that we couldn't change or realize it, and I believe a lot of it is about not just following whims, but perhaps planning wisely. Forge plans. And when I have the image in my mind's eye of, let's say, what I can see, what is needed for it, and what or if I am currently in this planning phase. Is it that too? Is that also good? Because it's not about initiating, it's about visualizing. Also, it's about, yes, coming into harmony with this energy. That becomes very, very spiritual. What am I telling you? The most important thing is perception. That defines the year. That also influences how I live my life. So whether I am happy, whether I am content, or how... Let me put it this way. Whether everything is all right. Whether it is all right for me. With this transformation. This question of meaning as well. How much more is the feeling? How much more is how do I feel? Also perhaps to be part of the events. I am here. I find there is a lot of energy, and these are all things that we will understand in the coming months, and that with the immense counter energy, that it is no longer about waiting for the savior. Or waiting, that is what I also mentioned in the last video. I don't remember anymore. I think I mentioned it with Leo or with someone. That one is waiting to be saved. Only that one is waiting here for the savior. But yes, now taking the whole thing into one's own hands. And yes, taking action oneself, doing things oneself. We have time here to act, to initiate things ourselves so that we are through with it. That what we are ending now, so that what is supposed to end now. So I have to say it like this. I really think about it like this, which probably also came to one or the other here. Protect blades through this intense time. Let's say it like this, intense. Yes, it is very intense. May end for one or another. I'm curious. I am very curious. I believe some will recognize their muscle patterns. It's about old beliefs. A lot will be triggered again, coming to an end now, where, as I said, it's back to 0 point. Let's say, and we will eventually have the transition back into Pisces. We will recognize patterns. I've already mentioned old beliefs, and we are all going through a process now, which we should bravely go through. Let me put it that way. To confront, engage with, and look at the past once more, and then also take responsibility. And to bring it to a close, what needs to end now? Which karmic cycles or cycles, however one might say it in plural, which ones can now be concluded? I say once again here, Neptune will also move into Aries the following day. And then Saturn at the end of May. Now is a time for reflection and for looking back. Things that might be triggered now. Things that can now be concluded. Something will change. For some of us in our domestic situation, this can mean indeed with one or another move, travel, renovation, something like that, where you also want change in the domestic sphere. But it can also be about your inner security, that you want to change something for your inner security. We will all want to look forward. And yet we have these retrogrades and also Mars in Cancer, which makes these past issues so emotionally intense. Because Mars in Cancer also makes us more aware of what we might have suppressed. And now it's also about, yes, following your gut feeling, your intuition, and not, yes, I would say the negatively vibrating energies, the anger, the hate, and or I would say perhaps the frustration to get out of that, but rather this. Yes, that one also feels it better. And what does it show you? What does it reveal to you? What is the vision of where you want to go? Ask yourself the question, what is the vision of where you want to go? I believe some of us are starting precisely these skills, I would say, to discover within ourselves, whether it's through tarot. So card reading, whether it's astrology, whether you notice it yourself through your dreams, or you perceive things differently, things that other people in your environment, you look more with your third eye. You might be able to perceive people differently, read, understand. You might also notice in world events that things are coming true, things you already knew deep inside. I remind you, I actually dreamed about it from my other channels. And this is now coming for many. It will now come. For many, this will now come to light again. Yes. Whether things will also prove true for you regarding truths that you deeply inside actually knew would happen. And that is what I have actually wanted for months and have now done. I need to take a deep breath. And that's why I also believe that we are all now coming into this strong awareness, also reflection. I also have access to this energy. I currently have a completely different perception. My dreams are much more intense. I see things completely differently, with entirely different eyes. And I would say, open your access to this energy. Have access to your own vision, or to your own trust. I would say to your inner compass, perhaps also to your intuition. And you can also strengthen and enhance it. You can, but also trust. And ask yourself the question, what will you do with it then? What do you want to do with it? So everything that we might currently feel about this eclipse, I would say big wishes, big dreams, are above all things that we must also bring into harmony with our own frequency, perhaps with a bit of patience. And that when Venus and Mercury enter the sign of Pisces in April, we are allowed to go inside ourselves again. We are allowed to feel inside ourselves again. We will notice that we need more rest, that we need more breaks. Perhaps we will also be, slowed down a bit, like pressing the brakes a little. As I said, Aries is a bit like that. It doesn't want that. But we will be, I don't want to say forced, but it will be as if you don't do it yourself. You will notice that you suddenly find yourself flat out. It can actually mean for some that the energy is simply lacking. It might be that we get sick, something like that. You can't do as much as you actually want. Yes. Because it's about the fact that you, let's say, now have the permission to come to rest. That you have the permission to come to rest. That you have the permission to feel it. And some of us just want to have a break. We might also want to meditate, we want to sleep, and it's possible. And yes, it is, or let's say it is what we have to go through. Now, my dears, and yes, I can understand that some might be frustrated, that it's very difficult, or the energies are simply heavier, that it brings such a heaviness with it, that one is not moving forward yet. Perhaps standing at this point where one realizes it just doesn't want to yet. It is not yet the time that will come. But I would say this is something we can still resolve now. Some can resolve this now. With this time, we should also focus on responsibility. Yes, taking responsibility. Not falling into a victim mentality, staying in the past, but rather, this is what I mean, finally closing the past. What can stay, what can go. Yes, it's about understanding the whole thing, and so to speak, you can act here. That's what I said. It's time to act. It's time to act. And that is not that is not something someone else can do for you, but it's not something only you can do. You have to do it. You have to do it yourself. That is the Aries energy. Okay. So I think that we will now move on to these preparations. Yes, with this new moon, it might really be the desire for something new or a new beginning. We have the new beginning here. But it's nothing. Yes, where we are now with the eclipses, what we can actually initiate or manifest, I would actually advise against it. I would now really look at
what is still open. For topics, what is actually triggered in you in whatever form, whether it's in a conversation, whether it's when you are in the everyday area, whether you notice, notice, however, while you are watching TV, whether it's at night when you are dreaming, all of that, yes, I would actually advise you now, all of that which is coming up now from the past or what is not yet processed in the here and now. To conclude, yes, I would say we have a nice aspect to Jupiter. Jupiter is moving directly in Gemini. It will then move into Cancer in June. That also has a bit of a supportive effect. The optimism is lifted. 9 degrees, especially this Sagittarius degree, as I mentioned, 9 degrees. So this, yes, perhaps read up again, engage with spiritual topics. Perhaps also with philosophical topics. Yes, engage with them. Learn something, read something, maybe you write something. Perhaps it falls. Perhaps it will also be easier for you then. Maybe you listen to a spiritual podcast or watch a video. Or I would say, or you yourself go again. Or pick up a topic again, whatever it may be. These are things you might still connect with in April. Back to this eclipse. These things that support you, that expand your consciousness, that can really help you to support yourself as well, gain other perspectives on your current situation, to gain. So you will definitely benefit from it. And that means some of us want to learn something new. We might want to travel. We want to experience something new. We just need a little time for ourselves to reflect and also to go within. If you can pause a little, as I said, take time for meditation, withdraw. And from the second half of April, we can start anew. That will definitely be such a time, let's say 2 weeks. Tendency, we can definitely start something new. But right now, we are just sorting out things that are not quite clear to see, that we cannot see clearly yet. Or also, let me put it this way. The karmic issues that may still cling, that still adhere, how it might look, how it should be, the easier you will go through this process. And all of this is just a preview right now. Also, for what will come to us in 2026 and ultimately in 2027. My advice to you is, because we have the resistance energy, to stay with oneself. Aries always wants to rush forward. As I said, this is the willpower. I want to change something, but it won't work. We will be slowed down. That's just how it is. To stay with oneself. What can I do? What else can I change? What can I, as I said, conclude? Perhaps also awaken this self-determined feeling. What else do I need for myself? What else do I need to change? What else can I do? For example, coming into your body, maybe doing sports, more movement, the topic of nutrition. What is the first thing you do when you get up? In the morning, are there positive energies? Do you do an affirmation? Do you watch the news and whatever else? This is about perhaps affirming self-love more, dedicating oneself to speaking kindly to oneself. So it sounds better to speak kindly to oneself in form, standing in front of the mirror. All these things are something we've been working towards for quite some time, that you can also use well for yourself with this eclipse. In my opinion, the topic of self-love, you will definitely come out stronger. Then on the 30th, so Neptune will move into Aries the next day. This is a major new cycle that opens up a new vision, a new dream for us. We will quite soon then also in the coming 2 months, have Saturn joining in. Neptune goes into Aries on the 30th of March into Aries. Neptune goes on the 30th of March into Aries. Saturn goes on the 25th of May into Aries. Neptune is already at 1 degree. Saturn then, of course, at 0 degrees. However, Neptune goes back into Pisces again, staying until the 22nd October in Aries. And then again, as I said, next year, 2026, 26th January, back into Aries again. And then we have it until the 22nd May 2038 in Aries. My dear ones, so clearly Saturn, which will also clearly bring us to reality. So it will give us a reality check. What is a dream? What is fiction? What is illusion vision? What of it can be realized as truth? So for now, it's something where I currently, let's say, can understand if you feel that way. Where we are standing right now, so the part with this energy, with this current energy, I would say for me, it is also very emotional. I have to be completely honest. I already felt it in January. A week before I started card reading again here, I felt in January how emotional I suddenly was. That was a week before we had the full moon in Cancer. My ascendant is actually in Cancer as well. And yes, I have to say, honestly, these energies are super emotional. So many past issues that are now coming up. But also perhaps the understanding, I would say this knowledge. I would say, yes, it can actually also be this knowledge. Still hidden behind what we might not know yet. This is poorly explained now, but I hope you know what I mean. This knowledge. I don't know everything yet. You already know something, but you don't know everything yet. And through emotions, through inner work, through general spiritual work, will many answers come. Many questions will indeed, I don't want to say dissolve, but be answered. I would say it can actually be the case for some. You will notice that you might not be ready to move forward. Or not ready to actually take action. Because if you were ready, why haven't you done it? That also comes like this. It can actually be the case that some people will be asked again to be present with what comes at you anew every day. So go within yourself, continue working on your vision, on your dreams, on your dream, but don't fixate on what must be now. Instead, be open to how fate or the universe will guide us further in the coming weeks. That's also my topic. I am very impatient, and that is also the counter energy, this impatience that we wanted, but then throw everything overboard because we fail or because it doesn't move forward, instead of looking at why it doesn't move forward. These questions, that's a topic of the past. Resolve it. Look at it. Answer the questions yourself, and then it will move forward again. As I said, the fate of the universe will continue to guide us in the coming weeks to carry out. So, my dear ones, this will be an exciting time. I can't say otherwise. I just want to say, as always, many, many thanks for your kind support. If you have been with me for a while, or have already purchased a personal prediction, or now also, in fact, if you want to do so, then feel absolutely free to share. Share with us your experiences on how you use the current energy perceive it. Yes, feel free to leave a little love, just in case you're new to the channel. Feel free to leave some love. I'm happy when we here grow together, when we go through this time together. And as I said, many, many thanks for all the kindness that has come to me in the last few days. Also, I would say, let's start now with the individual zodiac signs. As I said, I'll take a look at what this brings for each individual zodiac sign. My dears, as I said, feel free to also check your moon sign, that is your sun, moon, ascendant signs, or your personal planets, or any area you would like to explore.
Hello dear, once again we are looking into things for you. If you have the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aries, you are exactly in the right place. Feel free to check where your personal planets are, and we will take a look with the tarot. This highly concentrated energy, immense energy now for you brings what is coming your way. What is coming your way? The theme of balance might be important for you. Yes, calmness and retreat. We have under the deck the Two of Coins, weighing what can stay, what can go. That's what I just said. Moments of retreat. Allow yourself time. Now, take it easy. The theme of healing as well. As I said, balance. Theme. Yes, perhaps for some, giving and taking. What are you willing to give? What are you ready to take? But what are you perhaps also ready to let go of? And I have the feeling here that some will definitely have to let go of something in order to ultimately be able to start something new. Past issues could indeed be a topic with a person that someone might approach you again. We still have Venus in retrograde. This can actually mean that some will have someone there who might want a second chance, or even a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th, and so on. Perhaps in love as well. Maybe in general, one wants another chance here, a new beginning. Just think about it, retrograde, just now. Venus retrogrades. These are always retrogrades where someone comes from the past, but as soon as it goes direct again, things can change and the person leaves again. I have the star for you. The star focuses you on your wishes, on your wishes, dreams, indeed, visions. Perhaps a wish may come true for you. With the star, I also have the theme of renewal and again the healing themes, also engaging with oneself. I also have the feeling that you are blocking here. The topic could actually be here. Not letting anything get to you. Yes, there we have the breakthrough. You want to use this time for yourself as well. You want here, perhaps also not make a decision yet and ultimately focus on yourself first. Some people are very powerless. That's what I just mentioned. It can indeed be that one lacks energy, that one is forced, and this forced feeling always sounds so forced. One is, so to speak, the one not forced, but rather kind of a little bit pushed, but that also sounds so negative. I don't want to judge it so negatively. You are being encouraged, perhaps also what is not the encouragement card. That's why I don't see it as an encouragement, but I would like to describe it like this. That you simply take the time for yourself now to your yes, and perhaps also to regain new strength. Some may still need to free themselves from toxic soul dependencies, where you notice that it simply drains your energy in almost every possible situation. That is simply not good, not healthy. It is free yourself from it. Free yourself from the things where you also notice yourself that it is no longer beneficial. We have the strength card. You will come to new strength. You will regain new strength here. The King of Cups also tells me again, very emotional with his feelings, coming into harmony, restoring everything, restoring oneself, perhaps also, and ultimately emerging stronger. We can only become stronger and not weaker. Or we should only become stronger, not weaker. Let that stand as it is. Under the deck we have the Page of Swords, which also tells me to stand up for your plans, for your ideas. Be ready to march forward. Be ready, here as well, to put your plans, your ideas into action. Don't let anyone stop you from doing so. Let's see what the angels want to tell you. This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Under the deck we have look for a sign. Signs as are being sent here. Pay attention to them. And we have a yes for you. A yes. Your love message. Look here. Your call for help has already been received. Your prayer will be answered. The divine is by your side, the universe, and we have the strength. I have the strength to say no or to leave, and you will too. Dear Aries, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I am very happy if you leave me a little love and let me know how it affects you. And yes, all the best. Have a wonderful new month here, and until your next reading. Hello, dear Taurus. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always check your sun, moon, and ascendant, or take a look at where your planets are, or for which area of life you want to look. Let's see what the energies bring for you. What is it that wants to come to you? Oh, the Five of Swords has fallen back. Hierophant, let yourself be guided. Things that you cannot see yet, that you cannot grasp, but already feel. That's what I said. Just let yourself be guided. Just let yourself be led here. This can actually be an awakening for some. An awakening that will come now, the enlightenment. For some, also new ideas. What is your truth? Clarity, the insight, and then ultimately also the success. Yeah. The fulfillment. That is the fulfillment that will come, but it will not come now. And that's what I said. We still have to wait. You have to wait. Be patient. You might also need to sow the seeds now, which you can perhaps harvest in the next 6 months. Especially with the 7 of coins. This also indicates a tendency of months. Resolve what still wants to be resolved. And then ultimately also see what you now, yes, perhaps also can already see what you can already tackle. Make plans, but be patient. Make decisions, take responsibility, make decisions. Perhaps some will also take a completely different path that they haven't taken before. Especially with the 3 of Wands. Also under the deck we have the 7 of Wands. Don't focus too much on what others want from you. It must be your life, your decision, and if someone stands in your way, it also means that you shouldn't let anything or anyone stop you. Yes, you will come out as a winner. There we have the sun. You come out victorious here. Victorious. 3 of Pentacles. That's also what I actually said. What do you want to build now? What do you want to work towards? From the 7 of Pentacles and have the 3 with it. It leads to the 10 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, also letting go of all burdens. Leave the past behind, close the chapter on the past. 10 of Cups. Where do you want to go now? It's about leaving the past behind. Everything that is no longer useful, everything that feels wrong, everything where you might not be yourself, or where you are forced into something, where where there is negativity, manipulation, whatever it is, where you realize it no longer fits, you no longer want it. I want to resolve it. I want to let it go. Then let it go, then resolve it. That happens very rarely. But it has happened quite often recently. That the high priest, the hierophant, and the high priestess fall out. This is a very, very spiritual level. It can actually mean that you will enter a new spiritual level. Enhanced intuition, enhance your intuition, strengthen your intuition. Listen more to your gut feeling. Pay attention to your inner eye. Look at what your inner eye sees. What do you want to see? Where do you want to go? Follow your intuition. Listen more to your intuition. And these can actually be past issues, things that resurface. It can also be people for some who come back. Yeah. What still burdens you from the past? What needs to be resolved now? What is coming up? What does it trigger in you? What can now be left behind? What can also be resolved? So that's the power cards. We just had that again at the end as well. Come back into your power. Awaken new strengths within you. Connect with your inner strength with the power. Right now, we always have great self-confidence in yourself. That you are capable of more. Have confidence in yourself and don't run away from things anymore. Everything that feels wrong, dissolve it. Close it off. Yes. Retreat. Close it off and finally leave it there. Dissolved. It's like this. When you close something off, it won't come up again. Find closure here, the thing. Let's see what your angels want to share with you. This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Wait, I'll take out one more. Yes, let's see. We have for you, believe in it. Belief or faith can sometimes move mountains. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Maybe it's also about your faith. I don't want to delve into the topic of religion now, but rather generally about what you can't see, but believe or think you know, feel you know, then believe, sense. Believe in it. Abundance wants to come. I have said that here. Fulfillment will come. And we have listen to your intuition. Strengthen your intuition. Listen more to your intuition. Now your love messages. Under the deck we have only time will tell. You want to force something to bend or break, give things time. Give things time here. We have already reached the cries for help because prayer will be answered. Maybe you have also offered divine help. I'll show you the card that's underneath here. Ma, ask others for help. Maybe the divine. The card just came up again. I'm laughing my head off. The strength. I have the strength to say no or to leave. And you have that, and it will come. Strengthened. More intense. Many thanks to all the Taurus who watched here. Feel free to share your experiences with me. I appreciate a like, comment, or even a new subscription. Thank you very much and see you at your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, dear Geminis. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always check your sun, moon, and ascendant signs, or also see where your personal planets are located. You can also look at the corresponding signs. Let's see. What does the new moon want to bring to you? What does it mean for you? Perhaps the theme of wish fulfillment for some. More satisfaction. Enjoy things more. Make sure you are doing well. Pay more attention to your well-being. Health issues for some as well. Perhaps not be so impetuous. Pay more attention to your health, as I said, to your well-being. Yes, what should go, what should stay. What can you conclude now? Two of Pentacles is always weighing, prioritizing. You must be ready to let something go so that something new can come. Or you already have two things but can't manage both at the same time. Or rather, you have to make a decision. What belongs to you? What suits you? What not to take on? Now control decides, you decide. What can stay? Now. What can go? Judgment calls for you to change something in your life. And I also have the feeling here with the judgment, I definitely see the end of the old life. You are being led into a new life, into a new phase of life, into a big one. Yes, perhaps you are also closing a chapter here, and a big new chapter is now allowed to open for you. I see transformation here. Healing themes also a very, very important topic. Healing themes now, to heal the things that are still there. Take time for yourself and thus bring closure. We have the topic again here, wish fulfillment. You can only achieve your wish fulfillment if you are at peace with yourself. We see the topic of cleansing here. Open yourself to new things. Be ready to close the old. 9. I didn't mention that earlier. 9 is, as I said, the weather is now at 9 degrees in the new moon. 9 is also the highest single-digit number. Number of completion. What is allowed to end now? I forgot that earlier. I remembered it before I started the video. Maybe it wasn't for everyone. Of course, I mentioned the topic of endings and everything. But 9 is the highest single-digit number. We have here 99. To achieve success. To realize. To be more satisfied, to indeed lead a fulfilled life, you must take responsibility now. Work on things, 8 of coins, 9 of coins. Perhaps also be more disciplined. As mentioned, to also devote yourself to the whole. It can also mean for you to work on it, to work on yourself. The King of Cups. Come into harmony with yourself. The King of Cups is also in harmony with his feelings. The King of Cups is also with these emotions. It may actually be that many emotions are not clearly definable for you. Bring them into order, bring them into harmony. Maybe you are very emotional, maybe you are not so emotional. This is about connecting with the feelings, with the emotions that you have. Emotions can also be negative emotions. As mentioned, it's not always all positive, the emotions. And it's important that you bring them all into balance. Look, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. Be patient with yourself and your process as well. You will gain new insights here, new enlightenments as well. This can actually also mean that you see things you hadn't seen before. This could also be the case here. When you deal with emotions, you understand things better. It becomes clearer to some people. More clear. More clarity comes in as a result.
And you might also see things more clearly then. Okay, I'll do a somersault. The Queen of Wands. Independence is a topic for you. Independence. Yes, independent and free. Perhaps also free freedom. Everything you need for life is already within you. The Queen of Wands is also very, as I said, independent. Maybe it's also about making yourself independent from things. I have a bit of a job scenario here. Maybe you're moving towards self-employment if you're not already self-employed. But I rather have the feeling it's coming. You might also have to decide on a different job. And the Queen of Wands is ready for that. Ready to make the decisions here as well. And you are facing a decision, you will make a decision. Have to make. But there's still a bit of work to do before that. It's still about change, transformation. And yes, also about emotions and feelings. Under the deck, we have the Knight of Wands, ready to seize new opportunities, tackle new challenges, and perhaps also gain new experiences. Be ready for a new adventure. Be ready for a new chapter. Also, let's take a look at the angel messages. It can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Think about it again. Take some more time for yourself. Think about it again. Earlier we had the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords here. New topics are emerging. There will definitely be moments of clarity. Many things will become clear to you, especially with this cycle here. With the energy that is coming. And calmly think over everything again. And we have today in a year. Your world will be completely different then. Think about it. As we said, we are looking here now for the 29th, March 29th. March 2025, we are looking at how your world will look if you do everything that you plan to do, if you release what is difficult for you, as I mentioned earlier. This heavy energy, this inability to grasp things, if you resolve things there, complete them. And then maybe, not maybe, but you will be much lighter, without all the baggage you are still carrying with you. Once you have completed it, you can move forward much more easily. And then your world on March 29th, 2026 will look completely different. Think about it. Ha ha ha. Let's take a look at your love messages. We have a yes for you. The answer is yes. In case you had a question here. We have the risky temptation. Appearances can be deceiving. Where else are you being tempted? Where do you still have the veil over your eyes? What are you not seeing yet? Align your emotions so that you see things much more easily. I also see the third eye here right now. Sharpen your intuition. And take a close look at things. Gemini. Thank you to all the Geminis who watched here. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Yes, I am happy if you comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much if you leave a little love, and I wish you all the best until the next reading. Hello, dear Cancer. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always look at your sun, moon, ascendant, or your personal planets. If you have them in Aries, then feel free to check Aries as well. Or wherever you have them, look at the corresponding zodiac times. What does the new moon in Aries want to bring to you exactly now? What awaits you? You are still holding on to things. You are still holding on to things here. Things that I don't want to say make you heavy. I have more of this feeling with which you still have to deal. These can also be people.
You are still holding on to something there. I see disputes here as well. Confrontation, Shu. Maybe you are now dealing with the things that you can finally let go of. After that, we have the Star. This stands for renewal. But the world, what can go now? What can be concluded here? With the world, you are closing a major chapter here. This is the end. The last major arcana, this is the end. And as soon as you are ready to complete something here, I will show you the card below. As soon as you are ready to conclude something here, to let something go, something new will begin for you. What can go now? With the scenes of the swords, I always have this tendency, your old self can go, you can be reborn. We just saw the Star too. With the 10 swords, something is also coming to an end forever for you. This is a cycle. This is, as I said, a chapter that will also end one way or another. But I have the feeling that it still lies with you. You still need to let go of something. Things that might be causing you stress, that no longer suit you, no longer belong to you. Self-reflection. There we have the reflection. The Hermit is someone who withdraws, thinks quietly, reorganizes themselves. Also becomes more spiritual and wise and more mature. Searches for answers. And that's what I also said. Many answers will come. Many questions that will be answered that are actually within us. We actually know that. We actually know that. Maybe we can't understand it. That's why these moments of calm, of withdrawal, being alone are very important for us, for our process, for our development. Also generally for development, to understand things better, to develop ourselves, to essentially grow. That can actually mean, for some here as well, 4. The 4 of Wands also always represents stability, a stable foundation. Maybe you are returning to a stable foundation. But the 4 of Wands also means harmony. 4. We have 4. 4 is the Emperor, Aries energy. Regaining control. Then we have the Star. That's, yes, the Star. That's the Star. I'm getting goosebumps right now because I keep wanting to say maybe, what if you could achieve your wish fulfillment here? But you are standing in your own way because you're not ready to stand up for yourself, a bit of that stubborn energy. I will stay seated now. I want to have that at any cost. I won't let it go here. I know that I need to finish something here, need to do some introspection, actually want to achieve my wish fulfillment, but not ready to finish something. Why not? I always ask myself the question, why not? What is holding you back, or what is stopping you? What are the things that are holding you back? What are the things that are stopping you? Maybe it's other people who are stopping you. I see the headache card here. 9 of Swords. Thoughts upon thoughts, questions upon questions. Night after night. Sleepless nights after sleepless night. This can actually mean for some here to see the truth, to recognize the truth, even if it hurts. The Devil appears, 3 of Wands appears. We have behind here the Wheel of Fortune. Fateful events will come, changing a destiny that is very ready to take into its own hands now, whether it is already very ready to change it. We just had the 10 of Swords, be ready to conclude. This will no longer work in this form. I also said that it will no longer work like this. You will not be able to maintain it anymore. It will all no longer work like this.
And all those who do not continue to develop, over time, as I've already said, they will be left behind. They remain at this point, where they simply cannot progress. Frustration arises again, there come worries, there come concerns, there might also be sleepless nights. Get to the core of things, to the point, and be ready to change. Here it could actually mean emotional issues, or rather. But we also have the King of Pentacles under the deck. I'll put it this way. Let's say if this is about another person, it can actually mean that, I'll put it this way, I'll say it like this. Trusting another person again, yes, that's also wrong. I can't quite articulate it right now. Starting to trust again. This is definitely a topic that I see very, very, see, right? The topic of trust. With the King of Cups, I also still have the theme of healing. As I said, coming into harmony with one's feelings, with one's emotional life, simply a certain emotional maturity. Also achieving, that means being conscious of the old things. Or, because the church is more, this unconscious is vision. These are feelings that we do not see. It's nothing tangible, but here to consciously understand or be able to understand. Especially in combination with the King of Pentacles, who stands for stability, also financially speaking. That also tells me once again that you are making a stable development here. If that's your energy, if not, then someone will come who is both emotional, has a lot of emotions, is very loving, but also has a certain status, who stands with both feet in life, with stability, is very caring, perhaps also satisfied with his life, as I said, but is also very emotional, but also has a certain wealth, let's put it that way, wealth, has financial stability. Should it concern someone else? If not, then it's about your energy here, that you ensure it manifests for you. Perhaps here, the topic of money could be an important issue for you. I actually had this topic today. I actually heard it again from someone. You don't talk about money. Why not? Who put that out into the world? Law? You don't talk about money. Why not? It's something we all need to live. It's something important in our lives, and not talking about it is something that makes me think. This is a mindset from years ago where it was said that you shouldn't talk about it. You don't talk about money, you keep it secret. But why? Money makes the world go round. Money revolves around the world, exactly. The world revolves around money. It's all money. It's always about money. And this can actually be an important topic for you here. I always speak openly and honestly with you, even about such topics. We have 5 major arcana. Now we have the 6 of the church still under the deck. This is an important topic. As I said, talk about it. This could also be an important topic for you here. And that could actually be the case. There could actually be a money issue that is important. That you are, I don't want to say not ready to invest, but maybe here also a little holding on to it. Maybe also holding on to material things, and then perhaps emotionally as well. Making yourself dependent on material things, which is a very, very difficult topic. Sure, some things simply have a certain value for us, but remember, we come with nothing, we leave with nothing. This is only here in this life. It is there, and it will also be gone again at some point. Whatever this topic may be for you. We have received the Judgment. By the way, the King of Cups is in almost every reading, so in almost every sign, has fallen out so far. Also the Star, I have seen it very often. I have also seen the Judgment and also the 6 of Cups. The Judgment and Temperance.
What needs to be replaced now? The judgment is always the call to replace the old. Yes, the wake-up call to let go of the old. You are being called to do so. To change something in your life, you are virtually being called to do so. How did I say that earlier? We are being guided virtually by the universe, by fate, into a new life, into a new chapter, into a new phase of life, perhaps as well. And for me, this is also about being gently guided there. You are being called here to replace something. Theme of balance here again. Balance, emotions, feelings, behavior, to bring into alignment, to come into harmony. This could actually mean for some here, yes? Past issues, exactly past. Past issues. What needs to be let go of there? Let's return to the first card. Perhaps also emotions. Something that wasn't right anyway. The decision is up to you here. Let it stand as it is. What else needs to be let go of here? What do you need or should you let go of here? Let's see what your angels want to tell you. This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. We received quite a lot. Look at what we have under the deck. Let go. Let go. Now. Think about it again. I'm definitely going crazy with this too. Think it over calmly, also with reason. Make wise decisions. Nothing has to be decided overnight. We have the topic of trust. Trust here as well. Yes, that's it. Didn't I say that earlier? You see, the cards always reflect each other. Maybe trust again, or you should start trusting someone again, or perhaps even self-confidence. New self-confidence fits in the near future. Yes, I also said that it will definitely show in the near future. But I already told you that in February, and in March, April will definitely be a turning point again. And then finally May as well. And then, as I said, in June, Jupiter will change signs again. A lot that will come. As I said, believe in it, we have that once. Believe in what you want to believe in. Of course. But here we have the theme of believing in it. What do you believe in? What keeps you from believing in it? Abundance wants to come into your life, perhaps also fulfillment. And we have a no once with an exclamation mark. Let's take a look at the love messages for you. Yes, only time will tell. Time will show it in the future. We have divine guidance. You will know when the right time has come. Trust that everything will turn out for the best. Again, the theme of trust. Follow the voice of your heart. When you leave this world, you can't take anything with you. Only your soul. You can't take anything with you. No matter what you're holding on to, you can't take it with you. Think about it. And think about it again. I wish you a wonderful new moon in Aries. Yes, thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I am very happy if you leave me a little love. I wish you all the best and see you at the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, dear Leo. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always look at your sun, moon, and ascendant, or also check where your personal planets are located. You are welcome to watch these videos as well. Look into these signs. So does the new moon bring you now? What does it mean for you? Let's take a look. Very exciting. Oh, we got two. You are working on a new idea. You will embark on a completely new path. I also have the feeling that you will devote yourself to something new. Under the deck, we have the Four of Wands. It is ongoing. And into a new future. It might actually be that you are learning something new. That's what I said. Learning something new. Especially the 8 Ace of Coins means, yes, devoting oneself to a new job, learning something new. Perhaps turning a hobby into a profession, the topic of self-employment, aiming for it. And with the Three of Wands, we indeed have this independent action, going new ways, embarking on a completely new path, making the decision for a new phase of life. Here the sun is showing. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Wow. We have the 10 of the church after that, and the Ace of Cups, 10 of Swords. Are you finishing something here? Yes, I did say for the fire signs it looks different. It's actually not so... It won't be as exhausting for the fire signs. 7 of coins. That's a step back. But you have to be patient. And that's what I also said. We have to be patient. We still have to wait. Many things will not materialize yet. Maybe you don't see many things clearly yet. How it will develop properly. Or you already see it, but it's about waiting here, being patient. Yes. Actually, with the 7 of coins, it can also take time. These 6 months, as I said, what you are doing now, you might be able to realize in 6 months. But under the deck, I also have the 5 of coins. Something is still unbalanced with you here. I see disputes, conflicts here. Maybe they are also your inner conflicts somewhere. Something still needs to be resolved here. Resolved, completed, left behind. And I actually already have that here. The Emperor. You want to take control here. For me, the Emperor is also this energy. It's the energy of power. Control again. Now to regain control here. The topic is also to take an initiative, ultimately. And then also to act. And I just said you will leave something behind here. The past, the old beliefs, everything that might also unsettle you, all of that. What you cannot see yet, you still don't see where it's going. But something still needs to be resolved here, as I already mentioned. And here the past will definitely be left behind. So you will close the chapter on the past here. Then we also have the 8 of Cups. The departure with a heavy heart from things that are lacking, things that do not make you happy. Where you also suffer. It can also mean financially for some, but here it will move forward for you. We also have your card, the Leo card, things that do not make you happy, that do not fulfill you. 8 is being unfulfilled. You have 8 cups, which is nice and all, but you let it go, you leave it behind. You no longer want to waste your time with it, or rather spend your time there. How do you say it now there? Sitting it out. It sounds like being in prison. You don't want to waste your time there any longer. I'll put it that way. And so you move on with the 8 of Cups. Here the Fool also appears. This is the leap into the unknown. You don't know where it's going yet, and you can't see it yet either. We see mountains here. Are a challenge, yes, but you are ready to take this challenge. We have 2 of the Church's reception, and then away the Chariot and the Queen of Swords. You will take action, and that's what I said. You want to move forward here. I already see success for you as well. I have the feeling you will also be successful. Yes, look, I just had this feeling here. Because with the 5 of Churches, we always have this situation of what one has lost. One still mourns the whole thing, trying to process it and eventually bring it to a close. Because we have these 2 Churches here. We have the 8 of Churches, and in close proximity, we have the 10 of Churches. You will come into its fulfillment. Maybe you don't see it yet, but it will be... You just don't see it yet. And Queen of Swords also receive very clear visions of what you are imagining, of where you want to go. Be ready to act, be ready to make decisions. Don't hesitate any longer. Be ready to conclude things, and as mentioned, don't waste any more time. Your time on things that won't make you happy anyway could be in your career. We have the topic of career, but it could also be in a partnership. I also partially feel this with one or the other. I also see a move, or as mentioned, the topic of travel for some. And then also the determination, the decision you will make. for a new path. Let's see what your angels would like to tell you. This could be advice for you or an answer to your question. Yes. Meditation will bring the answers, so perhaps some of you might start meditating, as I mentioned. I have 3 meditation channels you can also check out. Everything is linked on my channel. We have for you. Then we have taking action. Yes, you are now allowed to take action, and we have the topic of improved health. We also have the Ace of Cups here, healing themes. This will improve your health. You can only benefit from it. Let's take a look. Your love messages. I just have to laugh right now. Your call for help has already been received. Your prayer will be heard. We've already had this card for a few zodiac signs now. Under the deck, the balance. A really good relationship offers support and challenge at the same time. Yin and yang, a balance. What is not in balance here? Old relationships will be left behind. I have the strength to say no or to leave. And you will. And I also have for you the sexual union. Respect the place in the other where you both are one. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Dear Leos, or all Leos who have watched here, thank you very, very much for that. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I would be delighted if you leave me a little love there. I wish you a wonderful new moon here. All the best, and until your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, dear Virgo. Welcome to your astrological forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always look at the sun, moon, ascendant, and also see where your personal planets are positioned. Then you can also watch the corresponding videos. Let's see what this energy, what the new moon brings you, what will come your way. Let's take a look. Three of Swords. Something is definitely coming up. Maybe that's just the current situation for you. Yes, 3 of Swords. What can I say? Sadness, emotions that will surface, maybe even old pain, things you haven't processed yet. That's what I said. We will be confronted with things from the past. What should you take another look at? But it doesn't have to be from the, well, let's say, longer past. It can also be the more recent past, because the 3 of Swords always represents a short-term energy for me. That's how it is. The current state where I would say it hasn't been long. Nevertheless, for some, it might have been a longer time ago. That something might come up again, something you haven't healed yet, haven't processed yet, something you haven't completed, maybe even accepted. With the 3 of Swords, it's always about accepting the pain. That you accept and heal this pain. We have the Hermit under the deck, which also tells me that withdrawal is important for you. Yes, yeah, old beliefs, retreat, no, withdrawal. I can't speak today. So don't be surprised. The first signs I have, I'm doing this over 2 days, the video, don't be surprised because it's already very, very long. The Hermit is someone who withdraws, who... Yes, it's like this introspection again, looking inward again. Yes, what that can actually mean here. That you also take the time for yourself to look at things again. What makes you sad, or what has made you sad? Where do you have sorrow? Where do you have heartache? Where, yes, maybe you also feel betrayed. We see the Devil. Maybe you're lonely, right? Yes. As I said, moments of retreat that take time for yourself. Inner reflection. Reorganizes me anew, concludes everything, and then starts anew. She has said goodbye. I have already seen the card. It was the 5 of Swords. Under the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. So there's a lot going on with you. Swords stand for suffering. That is the most difficult, the heaviest element in tarot as well, of all 4 elements. I don't want to say the most negative, the most difficult. I'll pick up the card. Five of Swords. In between are 2 of Swords, and here in between are 3 of Swords with 2 of Swords. Are you standing there right now? I wouldn't say before a decision, but rather you are not yet ready to make the decision. You are not yet ready to go your own way. You are not yet ready to close the past. Why not? What is holding you back? I see there. I see, as I said, the swords perhaps represent a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, sadness, disappointment, as I said, also loneliness. One feels betrayed, especially now with the 5 of Swords. I just said it. Maybe you feel betrayed there, but somehow you can't act properly. Only with the 8 of Swords, then one is somehow forced to. That is a sign. You are continuously confronted with it. That is your current situation. It keeps popping up so that you can look at it. Pay attention to your dreams. What comes up? What do you dream of? Actually, at night, I would say, but also, what do you dream of during the day? What are your dreams? Your wishes, what do you want to fulfill? What is your heart's dream, your heart's desire? You definitely need to change something. It can't go on like this. No. No. I have the feeling, let's say, I don't want to say that it's not unbearable enough yet, but it is like that. It might not be enough for you right now to conclude it. There is always a reason why one cannot conclude things yet. Because maybe you still have hope, whatever it might have been. I assume for some it's a love-related issue. That you still have hope, maybe it will change again, maybe there will be another chance. That's like the little straw you cling to, those maybe even 0.1%, where you hope it will become something again. I tell you honestly, focus on yourself now, on your goals, get moving, be ready to implement things, to process things. Look. 6. The Swords and the Sun, be ready to leave this situation, to let go of the past, to put it behind you and start anew. And the cards fall out for me, which also shows the Judgment. That's the wake-up call. Which also tells me again, you will make a decision very soon. Very soon. I also believe that at some point, you can't keep the whole thing up anymore. At some point, you simply realize that it no longer does you any good, or it hasn't been good in general. And then it's a quick movement. 8 of Wands and also the 3 of Wands under the deck. That's a quick movement. I already have the feeling that you will then also get into forward gear. It can actually be this energy now. A bit, yes, mid-April, as I said. That's the feeling I have too, because swords can represent weeks. Mid-April is in 2 weeks, my dears. So the video will probably, if I manage to upload everything on time. So when I pre-produce the video, finish it and everything, once it's finished, it will still come on Wednesday evening. Otherwise, it will be, yes, once it's finished, then probably uploaded from Wednesday to Thursday night. It was planned for Wednesday. Yes, it will probably be then, depending on, I sometimes don't have control over how YouTube processes the whole thing, how fast YouTube is with that. We have death. This is the end. This is the change that will come. And I have this scenario here of even 23 weeks in a year. Wands, this is a very fast energy. The 8 of Wands, especially, that can actually be a few hours. I believe as soon as you are ready, and I feel the first 2 cards. And this is indeed the energy where we also have here together the 8. That might actually be the 8th. It could be April. For some, this is short, so Mars is then, no, not Mars, sorry, Mercury is then direct again. Mercury will be direct on the 7th, April, and, Venus will also be on the 13th. April, even, on April 3rd.
direct. I believe that's a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually a Sunday. So it's in the same week. And that's also the second week of April. And that's the feeling I have here. And then it can actually be a few hours. That you are then ready to finally move forward. Here, you go into the change. We have the 13th here. Card. Also remember the 8th. April and the 13th. April, it will be in this week. Hang in there a little longer. That's my tip for you here. Hang in there a little longer. As I said, take a close look at things. Be ready to wrap things up and then be ready when the time comes to shift into forward gear. And then finally to find closure as well. Under the deck, we have the 4, which would also fit. 8.4, 13.4. You are moving into a more harmonious future. Look, the 8 of Cups. The departure with a heavy heart, you will do it. And don't we have the full moon on the 13th of April as well? I see a new beginning for you here. There we have the Chariot. You are indeed shifting into forward gear. This will happen this week in April. Let me just take a quick look. I believe on the 13th of April we have the full moon exactly on the 13th. April, 2:22 a.m. We have the full moon in Libra. That fits. And I also believe that you will ultimately find closure here. We will see it this week. Let's continue to look further. Yes, determination. Here, determination courageously, single-mindedness. You are brave, you are ready to move forward to fight for your goals. The Knight of Swords. He brings success. You are ready to start something new. I also see the strength that will return. In case you feel the strength, or yes, maybe also powerless. What are those? Unfortunately, too many for me. I'll get myself back in. Let's take a look. The toe in the church has laid down for death. If you are ready to conclude this, if you are ready to conclude it, but not just say, it's checked off, I don't want to deal with it anymore, then it will eventually resurface. At the latest in the fall during the next eclipses. If you are ready and say, I am now ready to look at things closely, take these 2 weeks now. It's a little more than 2 weeks. It's a little more than 2 weeks. Take the time to look at everything, to process it, to conclude, to heal. The Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. Fateful changes are coming your way. Especially, as I said, these eclipses, they are cosmic turns that are coming. Fate, the universe intervenes. That's what I have already said. The Chariot. Progress, determination. I already see that with the King. With the Knight of Swords, I see that. And I also have the feeling that you will find closure here. This will come and can also mean a move for you. Just that you are moving, it can simply mean. On your life path, you are already moving forward, focusing on your goals and also taking action. The will here will be stronger. What do you really want? The will here will be stronger. This is the willpower of Aries that will also come. Fate advises to take this chance. Now that will come. I have to push it over a bit. To actually fit. Yes, not quite. They have collapsed together. It can also be like this. So, under the deck, the 9 of Swords. Worries and concerns, that's the 9, the highest single-digit number. 9 degrees night. You are facing the truth. I said we have the 8 forward gear. 9 here. You conclude the whole thing with 10. You will indeed conclude it. These nights, these sleepless nights, the worries of the customers, the concerns, they will indeed be. I don't want to say they will pass by, but you will conclude them here. It will be concluded. The room Cancer.
you are now looking at closely. Now is exactly the right time to look at these things, to process them now, to ultimately heal them, and then completely conclude them and move on. Be ready for your new path. Let's see what your angels want to tell you. This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Listen to your intuition. Look, the joyful changes that are coming these are the 10 of Cups. They will come. You will go into your fulfillment. Listen to your intuition. Strengthen your intuition. We also have this with the moon. These instincts, these primal instincts that we actually have within us, that we have suppressed for so long. We are finally allowed to reconnect with them. Do this introspection, the Hermit. Be ready to become more spiritual. Also to gain a certain spiritual maturity. Become active. And pay attention to your dreams here. Ask your angels. You may also contact your angels yourself. And we have the peaceful resolution. Perhaps you will find a peaceful solution here. Okay, then let's take a look at your love message. We have the waiting, and it has placed itself on this card. This tells me again, we should wait now. Don't rush anything. Let things take their course. Don't rush anything. Step by step. Love, if love is the answer, why ask questions? Ask yourself the question, is this love? Is this not love? And we have abundance. A great love is at the door. Let it in. Someone is waiting in the wings. Decide clearly what you want now. Very, very important. And as I said, look at your issues, your matters, and be ready to conclude something here, so that you can then move into your fulfillment. I wish you a wonderful new moon here. Thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave me a little love, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. All the best, and until your next reading. Hello, dear Libra. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always look at your sun, moon, and ascendant, and also check where your personal planets are. You can also watch these videos for that. What does this mean for you now? What will come your way now? Let's take a look. The 10 of Wands, yes. To lay down the old burdens. To let go of the old burdens. Where do you still have loads like you did with the steps? Why are you still dragging them along with you? What is it about letting them go, or why aren't you letting them go? I also have a bit of this with the 10 of Wands. It's also a bit like this. How do you say it? Yes, this victim mentality, that you have to sacrifice yourself here, that you are basically the victim. And now it's time to get out of this energy, and no one is going to come. To save you, only you can save yourself. Save yourself alone. Combine your power into your strength. Not the decades of the Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords under the deck. More clarity will come. I also have the feeling that some will have an enlightenment here. See things much clearer. Perhaps also see without seeing. Third eye. Your inner eye. This breakthrough, this insight that is about to come. What is your truth? Yes. You will let go of something here and leave it behind. With the Chariot, you are already moving forward. And with the Chariot,
you also stand up for your goals. Then, yes, you are also in this energy, in this active energy, wanting to move forward. That, as I said, you want to reach your goal, pursue your goals with more focus. Here, with the 10 of Wands, you have no focus. You focus, if at all, on these 10 wands in front of you. You don't even see where it's going. You can't see the forest for the trees. And for me, that's always this kind of energy. You don't see it yet, but it will come. 6 of Swords. Completely letting go of the past and starting anew. With the 6 of Swords, we also have the departure to new shores, to calmer waters. Yes, and there we also have the Tower, everything that causes pain. Everything that might still be toxic. Where are you already? Where might you still find yourself in a toxic environment? And let's put it this way. Where? It doesn't even have to be with another person. It can also be solely your own energy. Where do you perhaps need to take another look and catch yourself? Where you deceive yourself? Most of the time, the devil is indeed in the details. And yes, I have this feeling, especially with the sword. We have here the 9 of Swords. These are the 10 of Swords. You are allowed to emerge anew here. Let go of death. Be ready to change. The Sun, a new chapter, a new phase of life wants to begin. More clarity. Luck is on your side. And what you need to do now. The old the old structures, your old self, everything that you realize no longer belongs to you. Why is it even there? You are allowed to leap now. You are allowed to free yourself from it. And I also believe that this will be a process. For you, where you realize maybe even sleepless nights, this is a painful process. I tell you very clearly. But where you will realize, I have the feeling moments of awakening will come. That here, one or the other, ray of hope will come to you. More insights. So the fact that all the cards are in sequence, that's really intense. The knowledge. Back into balance. Come look, the magician. The magician can do everything. What the magician sets out to do, he can also accomplish. Of course, it's first about maintaining this introspection. To become clear about many things. What you actually want, where you also want to go. What I have already said earlier. Save the video, check it out again later. See what you have achieved. Take your fate into your own hands now. Let's get into balance, into a harmonious situation, into a harmonious balance where your feelings, emotions, behavior, everything is in balance with you. And as I said, perhaps something new can be realized for one or the other. Oh, the Hierophant, I'll put these back. That's too many. The Hierophant, the Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Let yourself be guided here. Let yourself be led. Pay more attention to what the spiritual world wants to communicate to you. Be ready to start. Be ready to seize a new opportunity. Here. Don't run away anymore. That's wrong. And maybe you will move towards success, towards your fulfillment. Put the cards back in. I'll shuffle them once more. That was too many. Four of Wands and 7 of Wands. You conclude everything with 10. I've already told you this here. We have 7 plus 4 or 4 plus 7. We are 11. You conclude with 10 and with an ace, you start anew. The willpower will come. 5th and 6th card. Remember the 6th? April. 6th and 7th? April. 7th. On April 7th, we have Mercury going direct again. On the 13th, on April 13th, we have Venus going direct again. Remember the 7th, April. You want to look into a happier future, a more stable one? Standing firm is always about having this stable foundation. Also harmony, happiness, celebrating, having joy. And you will do everything for that. You will assert yourself here. You will assert yourself there. You are ready to fight so that you no longer stand there as a victim. So that you essentially stand above things. We see here how someone stands above these things. You will rise above things. 3 of Wands under the deck. Here we have the 7 of Wands. Here again are the 10 of Wands together. The 10 of Wands was the first card you were confronted with. And that's what it's about for you here. To finally bring this to a close. Be ready for the conclusion here. Be ready to make a decision or decisions here. And be ready to embark on your new path. It doesn't have to be now. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. As I said, note the beginning, or rather 7th or 8th April. That's the feeling I have here. And I also said for many it will be more like that. Mid to the end of April, or by the end of April, it will also be here. To be feasible. What else do your angels want to tell you? This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. We have recovery under the deck. These are healing themes. Recovery. It will reveal itself in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks. Yes, take a new direction. That's what I just said. Be ready for a new path. Place the card like this. Your love messages. Cast all your doubts aside and let yourself fall into my arms. I believe someone new will come into your life. We just saw the Hierophant. You are loved more than you can ever imagine. Always remember, I love you. There is someone whom you cannot see yet. Time for reflection. Allow yourselves a little more time to think. It will come. Be ready. And we have the Holy Union. Guard your relationship like a treasure. It will come. Let me show you what we had under the deck. I just saw it. A secret. Everything will be revealed at the right time. The veil will soon be lifted. This is someone who is already watching you. Look what we have here. The secret admirer. Someone is watching you. There is someone who is watching you, and the person might not dare yet if you are not ready to free yourself from something, to conclude something. But this will reveal itself to you in the coming weeks. Okay. Dear Paige, I wish you a wonderful new moon. Thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. And yes, feel free to leave a little love. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you here again soon. I wish you all the best, and until your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, dear Scorpio. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always check your sun, moon, and ascendant signs, and feel free to see where your personal planets are positioned. Take a look. Also feel free to see where your personal planets are positioned and watch these videos related to that. Let's take a look. What does this mean for you now? What is about to come your way? Does he see it from the church? Oh, the second church. Do you want encounters at eye level? You want encounters at eye level, but you don't set clear principles. Or, shall we put it this way? So, Maybe it's also a connection that can no longer be maintained. For some, I'll draw another card for this, because 7 of Swords and on the way. Yes, 7 of coins. I think no, let's start differently. But I believe that you always focus on the wrong thing. Or not. I'll phrase it differently. What is something like this worth to you? What is something like this worth to you? What do you do to get something like this? And I rather feel that you are focusing on the wrong thing. The 7 of Swords is wrong. No. Maybe you always give the wrong person a chance. You want this and you get 7 of Swords? That's the running away. False promises, lies, deceit. Someone is fooling you. To put it bluntly, and I tell you quite honestly, you still have to wait for that. That's what I feel here. That you still need to be patient because you haven't yet clearly realized, or it's not yet clear to you that you want something like this on equal footing. Equal, a deep connection with someone, long term. That takes time, it needs time. It's not just like I meet someone and that's it. No, that takes time. A chance will come here, a big chance. And you actually know that too, the High Priestess. It is very, very important that the old can now leave you. You may free yourself from old things, old structures, old beliefs as well. And be very clear, very straightforward, and say what you want. And don't settle for less. Yes, a chapter may close for you. Judgment and the world. Here, a chapter can completely close for you. And here, chapters will close. Big endings are coming here. And that has already been with the last eclipse. With the lunar eclipse. Also in Virgo. And now some things will be triggered that you haven't finished yet, which you may now complete. This is once again with a bang. Withdraw, look at your things. Examine it closely. What is still an issue for you? What comes up again? What pops up? And then be ready for a change, for your transformation, for a renewal, for a fresh start. For me, this is like a restart, also essentially the conclusion. And then we start with the name with the restart. There's one stuck behind there. Look. It's hiding. That tells me it's still hidden here. You still need to, yes, I feel like you actually need to go through here. Through this, through that. Let's put it that way. Here we need to, as I said, we need to go through here again first. We need to fight through our issues, push through and finish them. Let the whole thing happen again here too. What is preparing their arrival? What is causing their pain? Where are you suffering? What might also be robbing you of sleep here? These can be thoughts upon thoughts. And suffering upon suffering, pain upon pain. And here it's about recognizing the truth. Yes, there is no going back, it will come, but then you will have much more clarity. Much more clarity that will come, and you are ready for a new chapter in life. You will be ready for something new. For a new life, a new chapter in life, your new life. That's the feeling I have here. It's also time for it. It's time to free yourself from old beliefs again. Things that make you unhappy, things that unsettle you, that confuse you, where you are indeed unhappy, where you have the 8 of Swords. That's also a theme. Forcing oneself to think it must be this way and that. No, it doesn't have to be this way and that. It already is like this. One thinks it is correct here. No, it is not. You are caught in a carousel of thoughts here. Break through. Break the cycle. Free yourself, change your beliefs, dissolve them. It's about dissolution here. And the Hanged Man, gaining new perspectives. Gaining new views on things, gaining new perspectives. Letting go of things that no longer do you good. And then no longer hesitating. and then being ready to act. No one is going to come and save you here. This is a life-changing decision that can take place now. We started with the Ace of Cups and the Sun. The Ace of Cups is unfortunately not visible right now, which tells me again, there it is. You still have a few things to take care of here. It's not much. It's not much. Look at the rest of the deck. It's not much. But the things, no matter what they are now, take a close look at them. Be ready, even if it's difficult for you to move forward, to start something new. And be ready here for life-changing decisions, for a new beginning, for a wonderful, happy new start. Let's see, what do your angels want to tell you? This can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Half the deck is flying out. No, not half the deck. We have a no for you. Maybe an answer to your question. Abundance wants it to come into your life. And we have another no with an exclamation mark. That is definitely a no. Sometimes a no can become a yes. Sometimes a yes can become a no. And sometimes a no can also become a real no. Here it is definitely a no. I can also well imagine, maybe you have asked here again for a chance or something like that. That's the feeling I have right now. And if it's a no, then it's a no. Remember, it is for your highest good. Something better is waiting for you. Don't settle for less. I'm already getting a stop here. Don't fall down. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what is right for you. We have a lot of butterflies here. This is the great transformation that now awaits you, through which you will now go. Okay. Yes. Thank you to all the Scorpios who watched here. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Feel free to leave a little love. I would appreciate it. I wish you all the best and see you in your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, dear Sagittarius. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always feel free to check your sun, moon, and ascendant, and also see where your personal planets are positioned. You can, of course, also watch these videos. What does this mean for you now? What is it that wants to come to you with this energy? Seven of Cups and the Queen of Swords. You will have to make a decision with heart and mind. I mentioned this earlier. Make wise decisions. 7. The Seven of Cups is always this card of illusion or vision. What is illusion now? What is a vision? What is fiction? What is that? What you cannot grasp yet, but is there, and what you want to decide on now. Hold on to your vision. I have been saying this very, very often lately. Be ready to choose your dream here as well. And be ready to fulfill your dream and your vision. This is clearly about you having to make that decision. Don't stand here and ponder, should I do it, should I not do it, what if this happens, what if that happens, what if it doesn't work? Yes, but what if it does work? I actually received a comment that you don't always have the opportunity to start over or to start again. That doesn't always work. I also responded to that, why not? So, I would be interested to know why not. It also has a financial background. Sure, I can understand all of that. I would say, but if you have something, I would say, if you have set your mind on something, then, even financially speaking, you work towards it to try again and again. That's how I see it. You just have to, and this is what I always tell you with the Two of Coins, set priorities. What is important to you? What is unimportant?
As an example of the Two of Coins, because it's coming to mind right now, we don't have the Two of Coins. I'm saying it now. You have 2 coins. You want to do a retraining, but you want these shoes. What is more important to you? That will get you further. From that, you might eventually make more money, or you can increase it. Let's say if you do a retraining, as an example, and you will. Here is something like the school, they remain. Sure, maybe I would say if it's a brand, maybe it will have a certain value at some point, or let's take any standards. You absolutely want to have these Nike or whatever, Axe, Prada or whatever, which also have a certain price now. They are there. That is something material that is used. Eventually, it wears out. You set your priority on it, but it brings you nothing. It can't become more in that regard. Or does it fulfill you? Is that your priority? What you set there? Or do you set your priority on something where you might also be willing to invest more time, more energy, which can become more as a result, where you can achieve more through it? It's always about weighing and prioritizing. And I said here now, because I also had the feeling here, if we hadn't come in with the comment, I don't even know right now which zodiac sign it was. Maybe it is actually Sagittarius. Maybe the person is watching now and feels addressed. As I said, feel free to contact me. We are happy to respond. We have the 10 of Swords under the deck, which also tells me that something needs to be let go of here. The old must be concluded. With the 10 of Swords, it's always this ending. A major change is coming. There's no turning back. Don't let yourself be held back anymore. Be ready to conclude something here. Be ready for your ideas, your plans, your visions, your dream. Decide for it. Be ready to fight for it in the end. And make the decision for it. But something still needs to go. It can actually be anything. It can be thoughts that prevent you, like what if it doesn't work? Yes, but what if it does work? 99 degrees. That's what I told you. The highest single digit number. I actually intended to mention that and forgot. In the intro, in the introduction, in the main part, whatever we want to call it, in the astrological forecast for the new moon, for the solar eclipse, we have 9 degrees again, the highest single digit number, which is also the number of completion. An ending will come, so that you can also move towards fulfilling your wishes here, so that you can also be more satisfied here again. Look, I just talked about the 2 of Coins. What if it multiplies? And suddenly there are 9. 9 of Cups, 9 of Coins. That's where everyone wants to be. That is fulfillment. That is the abundance that will come. The success. The satisfaction. Here you are satisfied, and there you are also satisfied. And this will be fulfilled for you. Wants to be fulfilled. And the cups have fallen out. Let's take a look further. Five of Wands in reverse. 4 of Swords. You will get out of here. Get out of conflicts. Out of conflicts. This can actually mean for some with the 5 in reverse. It can also mean setting conditions. Right? A compromise and agreement is found. I rather have the feeling that it will be settled here too. Whether this is really a conflict on the outside, because you withdraw, because you want to pull out of it. Whether this is really a conflict here, I'll leave it at that. It can also simply be your inner conflicts. And that's what I just said. These self-doubts that one has. This is the introspection that one wants to conduct. 444. Do you notice this number? 444. Google what it means for you. It can actually also mean this introspection, that you finally become aware of who or what always hinders you. Most of the time, Mom, it's not even others but ourselves. And I like that. I actually like that very much. 2. The staff seen first. You will make a decision on how your path will continue. Where is my place in this world? Where do I actually want to go? Is that what I said? You will indeed make a decision. And then you are ready to start anew with concentrated energy. As the swords. Exhaustion as the wands is actually both again in Sagittarius, so Leo Sagittarius card. That will be a 3. Assigned to a zodiac sign. And that is this Aries energy that is simply present now. And you will start anew completely. You will be ready to act. It's time to act. You will also be ready. So the will be there. And you will definitely, perhaps even be independent and free. For some, I have that feeling here. Topic of self-employment. We had the 9 of coins earlier. This can also mean self-employment. One stands alone with 9 coins. One is doing well, living in abundance. This can actually mean for you that you quit your job and move into self-employment. We have the 6 of Wands under the deck. That is the gifted victory. You are moving forward. You will advance victoriously. Here. This is the gifted victory that will come. Be ready. Be ready. Look at what is now also surfacing. What is coming up here? As I said, these are topics that are coming up again. And then be ready to make a decision here. Okay. Well, they had made a page. Believe in it. Maybe you also find it hard to believe actually that you can do it, that you are capable. And these are sometimes the things that prevent us when we don't believe in it. When we ourselves don't believe in it. Who then believes that you will achieve it? No one else. And we have to become active. You are also allowed to become active. Become active. Be ready. Actually, your energy. The card wanted to come out. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. You know what is right for you. We have the topics of forgiveness. Forgive and forget. Life is too precious to spoil it. Also, forgive yourself for things you perhaps didn't know better, for decisions you made that maybe weren't, then the right ones. We have experiences in life. They always have a reason, a purpose, and forgive yourself for that too. This can indeed be important for some. The topics of forgiveness. We have the miracle, a change is coming in your relationship for some. And we have the twin souls. I have already made a statement about this in February or what? Yes, that would be good. In February, early February. Feel free to watch the video, Me and My Soul Process. I made another video after that, which... Yes, I didn't talk much about seeing partners. I actually spoke exclusively about you and your soul process. Yes. Most people are still too focused on the topic of soulmates, dual souls, twin souls. I have already mentioned I have a completely different opinion on that. So, for me, yes. Someone called that into the world to make a lot of money, to take money out of people's pockets. I actually considered whether to sort out the card. There were a few cards where I thought about sorting them out of the decks because I simply no longer resonate with them. We simply don't see the whole thing as twin souls now, but rather soul partners. The soul partnership. There are soul partnerships, yes. As I said, the topic of twin souls and such. I have a different opinion on that. Your passion is ignited, we have here. And it can actually mean that you will meet a soul partner. Okay. Yes, that was your message. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a little love. I would appreciate it. I wish you all the best for now, and until your next reading. Bye, maybe. Hello, dear Capricorn. Welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries.
Feel free to check your sun, moon, and ascendant signs, and also take a look at where your personal planets are positioned. You can also watch these videos for more information. What does this mean for you now? What will come your way? Ace of Wands. Look, here the Chariot is revealed. It will be time to take action. Seven of Cups under the deck. Wow. And to the Hierophant. So also the World and the Hierophant. What needs to be completed now? What can come to an end here? Which chapter can come to a close for you? How can it continue for you then? Pay attention to what the spiritual world wants to communicate to you. Let yourself be guided there. Let yourself be led there. Take a close look at it. And be ready. Here and now to finally take action. Remember, it's time to act. Maybe not necessarily to take action immediately. I separated the cards and we have the Knight of Wands, which is about taking action. But I was just about to say, maybe not necessarily to take action directly. Maybe for some, yes. But perhaps first to become aware of it, look at the Wheel of Fortune. Inevitably, fateful changes will come. You can change your destiny now. Seize this opportunity, this chance that comes. Perhaps to look into a more harmonious future. Maybe to find the right partner for some who makes you happy, where you feel at home, where you, again, I was just about to say, see the beautiful things in life, and then the New One in Swords falls out. Something comes up again. That was such a trigger. Where you want to go can also only happen. And that's what I said. Can also only happen. You can only get there. I'll say it again. If you close the things here that still cause you grief, that still cause you worries, pain, suffering, sleepless nights, however. We have the 99 degrees here again. The new moon occurs again at 9 degrees. 9. I actually forgot that. To say is the highest single digit number, it is the number of completion. Something wants to end here. The completion? Be ready to end the whole thing here as well. Retreat. Retreat. That is what you will do. In between are the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a defeat. Card is a manipulation. Card is a very negative card, which is in between, which also tells me again that you are ready. Leave all the negativity behind you. Go back to 4 again of Swords. Withdraw. Be aware of what everything is, what everything should be, what everything can let go. Theme, healing. And through that, grow beyond yourself. Growth processes are here for you. Become the ruler. Come, the optimism. Be ready to grow beyond yourself here, to be able to create something new, to be able to let yourself emerge anew. Become the best version of yourself. Become the version you always wanted to be. Yeah, those are 2 cards. I haven't seen the other one yet. That's why we won't look at it for now. 8 of Cups. You will be ready to leave something behind here. The departure with a heavy heart with 8 cups. Does one have 8 cups? Yes, fine and good. But it is not fulfilling. And that is what I just said. For some, perhaps in a partnership, that one has 8 cups. Yes, it is good. One has 8 cups. It's okay. But it's not the ultimate. What you really want, what you imagine, what you might have always wanted. It is not fulfilling. It is simply not fulfilling. We have the full moon here. I said for some, perhaps around mid-April, end of April, we might be able to see things more clearly, address them. We start around the 13th of April. On the 7th of April, Mercury goes direct again. On the 13th of April, Venus goes direct again. And we have the full moon in Libra on the 13th of April at a specific time. Balance. Something will balance out here, and perhaps indeed on the 13th of April. That's almost the middle of the month. That's what I said. Mid-April. And then we have the Six of Wands. You will emerge as the victor here. This is the gifted victory that will come. Be ready to move forward. Be ready to advance. Be ready to tackle your things now and finally leave behind things that no longer make you happy. Trust the spiritual world. Let yourself be guided there. I have this saying in my mind. The spiritual world wants to touch you. The spiritual world wants to guide you. Trust in it. Let's take a look. Take action. It could be advice for you or an answer to your question. We have taking action once. Under the deck we have look for a sign. Yes, a sign will come. You will see that. You will notice that. In form. It can be any sign, like in the form of numbers, perhaps letters, synchronicities that catch your attention. It can also be that you walk past somewhere and someone is speaking and you realize, hey, that's the answer I've been waiting for. Or you think of something, walk past somewhere. Two people are having a conversation or whatever, or you are talking to someone and through that you get your answer. Look for a sign. And in the near future, which will also come very soon here, we have recovery. Also the theme of healing. That will come very soon. That's what I said. It's not a long time. Until then, I just had the impulse. I wanted to draw a message from the angel of love for you. I'm going to do that now. I haven't done this for any other zodiac sign. I have the impulse, one wants to come out for you. I'll put it this way. It's not a long time until mid-April. Clearly, the reading comes out a few days before the new moon. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks go by like that. I can already do the next weekly reading again. I just did that. Yes, we're at the end. We are now at the end of March. We start with April next week. It's like we just had Christmas. Well, as I said, in the near future, it won't take long. Your angel of love message, one wants to come out for you. Did something else turn around? This can actually mean here that this is the topic for some. One wanted to come out here. We have children. Children have an influence on your love life. And it can indeed be a topic for some. Why is this a topic? I would also always look at why this is always a topic. It can indeed be that there are children, that one has no contact with the children. That perhaps the partner has children or you have children, that there is a problem there, or that one still has the desire for children. For some maybe as well. Take a close look at the topic. I will now show you the bottom card that we had. Stay open-minded. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Stay open to new things. The cards didn't come out for no reason. Okay, I will draw another love message for you. And look, we have the embrace. It says here you have found your perfect match. You will find your perfect match. And that's what I said. That's what I said. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to show me some love. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best for now, and until your next reading. Hello dear Aquarius, welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always feel free to look at your sun, moon and ascendant, and also check where your personal planets are positioned, and then watch the corresponding videos. Sun. What does this mean for you now?
What is it that wants to come to you now?
I am making a stop here. The spiritual world. Let yourself be guided. The coming time will be a guided situation for you. With the Hierophant, I always have this sense that you cannot control it. Let go. This can actually mean you want to control it. Just let it run its course now. Let yourself be led there. Where is it leading you? Give up a bit of control and then see what comes of it. Yes, bring more feeling into things as well. I see here that you will leave a situation. Yes. 9 of coins and 8 of coins. Very, very interesting. Consecutive, so in reverse order, but normally it's like this, 8, 9, but we have 9, 8. I see you successful. You will achieve successes. Whether it's in your career, financially, but it can also generally mean in your life that success has come. More satisfaction. And through discipline, you will achieve successes here. Discipline will pay off. You will be satisfied. You will be more secure. Take on more responsibility now. Dedicate yourself to new things. That's what I said. Learn something new here. Read, write, whatever it is for you. It can actually be that some of you will turn a hobby or what you are doing into a profession, or it will be your fulfillment. Something new will come that brings you success. Under the deck, the 5 of Demons and the High Priestess. Follow your intuition now. Let yourself be guided. Give up control. Bring in more feeling. That's what I said, more intuition. And leave situations where you are not fulfilled, where you are unfulfilled, where you also suffer, where you might feel ostracized, where there is a lack. Perhaps financially as well. Maybe it's your job here. You are not getting, yes, adequately paid, not sufficiently paid, and yes, perhaps not appreciated either. I see here that you will make a decision and go in a different direction. This can actually be perhaps also the topic of self-employment for some. You should see things from different perspectives. The Hanged Man. Let me put it this way. The Hanged Man can, of course, always mean the Hanged Man also sometimes means that one is trapped somewhere. I actually have the topic of a job here. Yes, the financial aspect, being stuck somewhere where you can't get away, where you might not be ready to act or make a decision. With the Hanged Man, but also always this change of perspective, this realization. There will be aha moments, enlightenments, and yes, other perspectives through other perspectives. I have this feeling that they will help you to understand more about what your current situation is and how you can gain more from it, or what can develop from it, what can all come your way. That's the feeling I have here. I looked under the deck. Okay, I forgot. The Knight of Swords. More determination. Stand behind things. Stand up for your things. The Knight of Swords is determined, daring, brave, courageous, communicative, goal-oriented. This is a very, very fast energy. Also, be ready to invest in yourself. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. That's quite a big deal now. 4 major arcana. The world. You are going to complete something here. You will free yourself from things where you feel trapped, where you realize, wow, I'm stuck in dependencies. It doesn't even have to be a relationship.
As I said, it could actually be the employment relationship for some. You realize you are unhappy.
Maybe it doesn't fulfill you here either.
As I said, it's a situation where you are actually suffering, where you already wake up and think, wow, I really don't feel like it anymore.
Yet you do it anyway.
Actually, things are sometimes so simple. Or they could sometimes be so simple. I know, sometimes it's not easy. But why do we always think it's not that simple? Because in hindsight, looking back, you think to yourself, once you've made decisions and are already moving towards change, it wasn't that hard after all.
No, but sometimes we are blocked ourselves.
And now it's the situation again. It's the time again where you can take another look. Exactly. What can go now? Where do you want to move away from? Where do you want to go? I see a conclusion here, an ending. A chapter will come to an end. A new chapter will open. And you will free yourself from things that no longer make you happy. Things where you might have deceived yourself. The devil, where you are stuck in dependencies, can stay there calmly. You don't need to see it completely. It's time to act. It's time to act. The power to act will come. I want to draw another card for the devil. Let go. Look, the wish fulfillment. 4 of coins. Earlier, we had the 5 of coins under the deck. We have here the 8 of coins and already the 9 of coins. That means it tells me again about things that are not sufficient, but you hold on to them because they give you a certain security, yet they do not fulfill you. They will not be enough with the 4 of coins. That is not enough for you. It's always too little. Or let's say, to not express it negatively, it will never be enough. It's actually expressed just as negatively. It is not sufficient. Let's stick with that. What else did we receive? Yes, the Wheel of Fortune. Fateful changes will come. You can change your destiny now. Be ready to seize this opportunity. And be ready to let go of the things that no longer make you happy and fulfilled. Maybe you are moving towards your wish fulfillment. 9. 9 is the highest single-digit number. Look, after that we even have the Magician. Everything is possible with the Magician. 9 of Wands, also the 9 series, Death, and the 9 of Swords. 999. Everything is in close proximity. You saw I shuffled the cards well. I forgot to mention that earlier. We have the new moon, the solar eclipse at 9 degrees Aries. 9 is the highest single-digit number. 9 is the number of completion. Something wants to be completed, to be finished. Here, something may end. And this cycle may now come to an end. Be ready for it. Let yourself be guided through this. You will feel that you are being guided through it. Suddenly new inspirations can come, new insights. As I said, you suddenly see things with different eyes, from a different perspective. Here's your angel message. It can be advice for you or an answer to your question. Okay, that was quick. The situation will improve. We have that for you. That is very good. In the coming months, a lot will be revealed here. I did say this is also a tendency here. And in the coming 6 months, what you are doing now might change for you in the next 6 months. Sure, it's half a year. That's a long time. Think about it. I haven't read cards for 21 weeks. 21 weeks, that's almost half a year. It didn't seem that long to me. Time will fly by so quickly. We are now at the end of March. We're almost in April. Half a year goes by so quickly. And especially, I find that the summertime always goes by the fastest. That's just my perception, my feeling. And as I said, in the coming months, everything will reveal itself to you here, and you will be able to realize it. Don't give up. We have this for you. Believe in it. If you don't believe in it, no one else will. It's very important that you also believe in it. Believe in yourself. And we have updated you. Perhaps there is new information that you can gather. I remind you, that was also the case for me at the end of February. And that was a month ago, a little more than a month ago. I informed myself anew, had been working on something for a long time, but it just wasn't meant to be yet. And finally, at the end of February, my second channel was born, the English one, and eventually also the third and fourth channels, the Spanish and Turkish ones. And I remind you again, there is always more information. There is always newer information. Inform yourself anew. And maybe it can actually be here, something you are working on, something you, yes, where you need more information to perhaps be able to complete it. Yes, to realize that something new can emerge for you. Okay, your love message. Trust, yes. In order to change something, you must first accept it. And acceptance is also the most important step, to accept it as it is, to take it as it is right now. And then the things, let me put it this way. Maybe you make a sketch of it somehow. However you do it, you put some key points there, so that you first accept it as it is, and then you look at what you can change, why you can't change it. Maybe also make a pro-con list. And if you can then change it and are in trust, you will ultimately let yourself be guided here, and everything will turn out differently for you than you ever thought. I wish you a wonderful new moon in Aries. Thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave me some love. I would be very happy about that. Yes, I wish you all the best for now, and until your next reading.
Hello dear Pisces, welcome to your forecast for the new moon in Aries. Always feel free to check your sun, moon and ascendant. You can also check where your personal planets are located. Then you can also watch these videos related to that. So, what does this mean for you now? What is about to come your way? Nine of Wands. I see you here very powerless. Perhaps also in self-pity. I have separated the cards once. The Five of Pentacles is a very, very deficient card. A card where one suffers. It's about leaving this situation. I always say this with the Five of Pentacles. Be ready to leave the lack behind. The Six of Swords as well now. Off to new shores. Be ready to explore new shores, new years, to also embark on something new. Because here, I didn't mention this earlier, we are with this new moon in Aries, the solar eclipse at 9 degrees Aries. 9 is the highest single digit number. It is the number of completion. Something is allowed to end here, and ending is allowed to happen. You are also allowed to end something. And with the 9, yes, with the 9 of Wands, it's also about finally getting out of this situation where you might be a victim, where you are still trying to keep fighting for something that ultimately only burdens you. You can finally bring it to a close now. Focus on where you want to go now and not on what doesn't belong to you, what doesn't suit you, what won't make you happy here. That will not make you happy. After that comes the 10 of Wands, which is a burden. Those are loads. Yes, look, the Chariot has thrown itself out. There we have the 10 of Wands. You can finish it now. Let go of all the burdens so that all the ballast is finally released. I also have this feeling it's about finding closure here now. To finally close something here as well. Take control now and be ready to finally close this and focus on where you really want to go, on your goals, on your desire, on your vision, on your dream. 4 of Swords. Retreat. We just had the Emperor. 4, we have 4 here. Do you notice 444? The Swords theme is always about retreating, taking time for yourself now. And stay with yourself right now with this renewed energy. Yes, we want to change something. Yes, we want to move forward, but that won't work. At the moment, you will notice. First, take the time for yourself. Take this calmness as well. Meditate. I warmly invite you to take a look at my meditation channels. I now have 23 meditation channels. Yes, which I would like to run more regularly again starting next month. Nevertheless, there are already videos on them that you are welcome to tune into, where you can find peace, where you can heal, where you can indeed conclude and meditate as well. And I also have the feeling it is just the right time to do nothing more for now, to retreat here as mentioned. And then we have the Four of Wands, the Nine of Swords, again the Nine. There appears the Ten of Cups. It is not far away. Do you want to move into a more stable future? This can actually mean for some a stable partnership, a happy partnership, more harmonious, more content, with more fun, more delight and joy and happiness, enjoying life. Then be ready now to look at things closely and carefully and then conclude them. The Six of Pentacles. Something is not in balance here. Something is not in balance here. You are still waiting here for someone to pick you up. You are still waiting for someone to somehow save you, to see that you are suffering. This is an energy that one does not want to have. One should not be in this state. Try to switch things up. Would you want someone like that? Everything that is no longer fair in your eyes can now be left behind here. We have the Three of Wands under the deck. Yes, that is making the decision and finding closure here. With the World, this chapter is also concluded. It's about closing this chapter now, and a new chapter is allowed to open. You don't yet know where your path will lead you, but you will decide here for a new path. The Three fits 3 times. Into the Nine, so the Three of Wands fits 3 times. In the Nine of Wands, there is triple energy, and 333 might also be an important number for you. 3 is the Empress. The energy of the Empress comes, bringing the energy of optimism, fertility, only love, confidence, growth. The Knight of Swords, determination, goal setting, decisiveness, being ready now, daring to take bold steps, being brave, being daring to walk this path. The Knight of Swords is very determined. He moves forward with full force. And I have the feeling, sure, we are going to be slowed down a bit. It won't go as quickly as you imagine. But if you come into this energy that you are ready to fight for your goals, for your plans, to move forward, then you will also achieve them. And we have the Ten of Pentacles under the deck. Yes, the Magician and even the Fool. Then you will be ready here to achieve them. Or rather, it will come. It will be able to materialize. We had the Ten of Pentacles, and here we have the Six of Pentacles. In between are the Four of Pentacles. This also tells me again, things still need to be let go of here. We have the Sun, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. I have here the scenario, it could actually move forward for you or develop for the better. In the summer, that's the Leo card. July, August, I'm telling you. With the Sun, we have luck on your side. More clarity. The arrival will also be that the light, which is now coming. We are entering this bright time. The eclipse season is thus over, and then we also receive this bright time. A new phase of life may begin for you, but you must be patient. We still have the Seven of Coins here. That is patience, that is patience. It won't be able to materialize as quickly as you might wish or imagine or want. We have the 6th coin, we have the 7th coin. That shows me it will move forward, but step by step, slowly. And I mentioned this earlier, it will reveal itself in the coming 6 months. And with the 7 of Coins, we actually also have this energy of it could be 7 months. Now, coins also stand for years, but I don't want to focus on years now. Let's leave it at months, and it can be different for everyone. What you are doing now, it will pay off. And perhaps even a harmonious partnership, maybe even, yes. What you have always dreamed of, wished for. Stability. contentment, security, enjoying life more, and not waiting for something to change on its own. You need to work on it now. Take the time now for yourself. We have the love relationship here. What do your angels want to tell you? A piece of advice for you or an answer? The love relationship. It can indeed develop into a new love relationship coming into your life. Think about it again. Think about everything again. We have the Ace of Swords here. We also have the Ace of Swords here. New insights will come. More clarity, perhaps new ideas, insights, breakthroughs, and also success. Yes, and we have trust. Trust in it. Trust in yourself. Give yourself this trust. Okay, then let's take a look at your love message. I had the feeling that the card would fall out. We have patience. Don't rush anything. Let things take their course. And it will come here even if you want it to. It will happen gradually. Take the bottom card with you. I've already seen it. It fits. We have a new beginning. A new adventure awaits you. Embrace it with open arms. Live your dreams with passion. Something new wants to be started here. You are allowed to start anew here. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I wish you a wonderful new moon. Yes, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Yes, feel free to leave me some love. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best for now and until your next reading. Bye. Hello, my dears. A warm welcome here at the end. This is my closing statement. I hope you liked this form of reading, the prediction, the astrological forecast, as the interpretation, the way I approached it here. I thought I would change things up a bit. In the last video, I had already decided to include all 12 zodiac signs. I will continue to do so. I like it very, very much. I hope you like it too. Feel free to leave me feedback. I really appreciate that. Yes, I would also be very happy if you show me some love here. As I have already said, I am very, very grateful for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. This helps me grow. This way, cats, we can grow together. We can reach others who find their way to us here. And yes, we can simply go through this journey, this process together. My dear ones, this video actually took a lot of time, I must honestly say. It is quite different from the other videos. I had a preparation time of 5 hours. Just for preparation, then the videos alone. You can see how long the video is. Then yes, the filming. I did that over 2 days. I couldn't manage it in 1 day because it is quite long. Then there's the uploading and finally the processing on YouTube, where I have no control over how long it takes. Longer videos simply take longer. And I hope you like this kind of thing and that I can continue doing it in the future. Yes. In conclusion, I would really like to say, believe in yourself. Believe in your visions. Believe in your dreams. And be open to new things, to change your destiny. You have your destiny in your hands. You can change something. I am looking forward to it, or I am looking forward to the future. Let's put it this way, whatever may come our way now. And yes, thank you very much for your support. And I wish you all the best once again, a wonderful new moon. And yes, a great solar eclipse as well. Make something out of the energies. Don't be frustrated. If things don't progress as you had planned or as they should have, or if these existential questions arise, just take it as it is right now. Engage with it and let's look forward. The next video, the next full moon video will be on the 13th of April. That is the Sunday. By then, Mercury will also be moving direct again. On the same day, Venus will also start moving direct. The video will of course be released a few days earlier, and by then the world will look quite different again. It's mid-April, I told you that. Mid-April, end of April. A lot will change. My dears, as already mentioned, thank you for everything you sent my way. I'm very grateful for that. I wish you all the best from the bottom of my heart, a wonderful new moon, and then until the next reading,